Hello, here I am again. I will repeat the things that I said yesterday while I was drawing some arcs that got covered by the interferences created by the arcs. So the first thing that I was saying was about safety. Be careful because the arcs that you get are quite powerful. The current is not high enough to kill, but they are very pretty painful. I got shocked maybe 2 times some time ago, but I mean, you just feel a shock. It's okay, less than the time that I got shocked with mains. It was just between two fingers, but I mean, it's less painful than getting shocked with mains. But anyway, it's better don't get shocked. Then I say that touching a single wire is safe because first of all, you must be sure the transformer is good. It hasn't been overheated or mistreated, because if the insulation between the primary side and the secondary is damaged, you might get a short through. I mean, the arc may jump from the secondary to the core and to the primary, and so you get you get shocked just by, for example, being on the ground because the power supply is grounded and holding an electrode. And about the ground, don't ground anything. Don't put a ground wire. So, for example, this central pin, this yellow hole is connected to ground, such as, for example, the metal parts of the welding of the welder and other stuff. Don't ground anything, because in that moment you will be ground, and any wire and the positive wire, for example, will be live. And if your hand gets any closer, so like 3 centimeters from the positive wire, an arc may jump. The full current will pass through your body. Your shoes or Crocs, I mean, call them as you want, won't be enough to insulate you, and you will get a very nasty shock from your arm through your whole body to the legs and the ground. It's important usually to use the right hand, because the shortest path wouldn't be through the heart. But in this case, I'm not grounding anything. The secondary side and the primary side are very well insulated, so there are no risks on which hand you use. The risk is if you accidentally put an arm between the electrodes or other stuff, you will get burned. Another thing I found out yesterday was this. Okay, I knew that the tabs of the MOSFETs, these metal sides, are connected to the drains. The drains are connected to the resonant circuit, so you have the resonant voltage. I mean, that's the peak voltage is around 3 times higher than the input voltage. So you have 12 volts at the input, let's say. Let's put 12 volts. You will have around 36 volts of peak on each side referred to ground. So you touch the ground, on each side you have 36 volts of peak. The RMS voltage between the two tabs is around 20 volts. 20 volts DC are safe, 20 volts at the mains voltage are safe. Here we are working with around 17 kilohertz, and that's different because the capacity of your skin, even if it's dry, it has a certain capacity, and the high frequency current will pass through that capacity. So we have just 20 volts RMS, but if you touch the tabs, just like touch, you have you have a strange feeling on the fingers, which is hard to explain. Anyway, you feel as if something is like pushing on your fingers, and if you push harder, you get like a shock. But it's strange because it's not like high voltage DC, it's not like mains, it's like if something is pushing your hands. It doesn't make your muscles contract, it's just from pain that you move the hand, because at this frequency your muscles won't react, it's just a pain. So if you touch the wires with both hands, you wouldn't get stuck, so there's no danger to getting like stuck on the wires and dying burned. You will just retract your hand from the pain, but anyway, be careful because you may get scared. The other thing that I said was about the heat of the arc, that it's much hotter than fire. If you've seen the previous video, you will see that it burns almost instantly the wooden stick. With a lighter, it will take around 3 to 4 seconds to get to start burn, to get on fire. And then, well, I added these things. Here I have two LEDs, but in anti-parallel, so you have one with the anode in this direction and the other one in this direction, with a capacitor in series. What does it do? So in practice, if the circuit is oscillating, we have one side which is connected to one side of the circuit of the oscillator. Then this we have the LEDs, the capacitor, the resistor, and then we have another wire going to the other side of the circuit. If we have a sine wave, the current will flow one time through the LED, capacitor, and resistor, and the other time on the other cycle will be opposite, so you have both of the LEDs lighting up. One is brighter, but because they are different. Anyway, if there is a problem, so if I disconnect the positive side, the center tap, while it's working, you will see that no LED lights up because you have no oscillation. If I disconnect just one side, from the connected side you have like just an inductor going from the positive to the drain of the MOSFET, so you will have a high voltage just on that MOSFET and you will see just a single LED lighting up, the other one completely off, and vice versa for the other side. Then I added this switch which bypasses the regulator. What happens is that when it's on, the LED lights up, and I have the supply voltage going straight to the resistors, to the gate resistors. This allows me to go down to, let's say, 5 volts and still be able to use it. Okay. Whoop. No, now it stopped oscillating. We have just one LED on. Okay, now it's oscillating again. And well, you can see that we can still draw an arc. It's small because it's just with 5 volts, but we can draw it. With the regulator off, it just shuts down. Whoop. We have to be careful because when it shuts down, you have one MOSFET on and the other one off. So if we don't have an heatsink, one stays cold and the other one gets pretty hot because you have like the whole supply current flowing through just one MOSFET without any limitation. And well, that's all. So what can we say? Conclusion: be careful to the arcs because they are hot. Be careful on the primary side because there is high frequency. It's painful. It won't make your muscles contract, you won't stay stuck to the circuit, but will just hurt, so you may be scared. And for example, if you're scared, you may like move your arm and hit something, just be careful to that. Then if you use a too low voltage, it will stop oscillating, you may burn a MOSFET. And what else? I talked about the EMIs the last video, so you need something to protect your power supply from the EMIs, the electromagnetic interferences. And well, this is all. I just added this plastic sleeve on the regulatory heatsink because it gets a bit too close to the MOSFET heatsink. I will then use some smaller heatsinks because they just get warm, they don't need such a big heatsink. And that's all. Bye bye.